It's lights out and away we go. And we get a good start off the line. We're going to try it around the inside for the chicane. Surely that's not going to work. And we have made that stick, unbelievably. And there is Daniel Ricciardo exiting the pits as well. We managed to get ahead of him. We're down the inside of Valtteri Bottas, heading into turn 2. And look at that. He just completely shoves us out the way. We round the final corner in P7. A very average race for us, to be honest. What's up, guys? It is Matty Gaming HD here, back with the next installment of the Checo's Charge to Glory series, hoping to build on a reasonable run we had in Hungary. Of course, now we are at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit, in what is definitely set to be an interesting one. So, without further ado, here is the qualifying report. After a long summer break, everyone is anticipating F1's returns to action as qualifying at Spa got underway. As usual, it was the two-man Mauritius of Will Stevens and Roberto Meri filling the back row. Just ahead of them were the two McLarens, with Jensen out-qualifying Fernando. It was a disappointing qualifying for Toro Rosso as Carlos Sainz Jr. could only manage 13th, with Max Verstappen 16th. Pastor Maldonado was pleased with his qualifying, as he qualified 9th, whilst Romain Grosjean only managed 15th. It was a reasonable qualifying for Sauber as Ericsson qualified 11th, with Nasser in 14th. Danny Kvyat endured a reasonable qualifying to qualify in 8th, whilst Daniel Ricciardo struggled and could only manage 12th. Force India endured a reasonable session with Sergio Perez qualifying in 4th, with Nico Hülkenberg rounding out the top 10. Williams endured an average session with Valtteri Bottas in 5th and Felipe Massa in 7th. Mercedes were slightly disappointed as Lewis Hamilton could only manage 2nd with Nico Rosberg in 3rd. It was Sebastian Vettel who took pole position, whilst Kimi Räikkönen could only manage 6th.
It's Sunday and that means it's race time here in Spa. As the cars are being prepared, let's join them trackside for the start of the Belgian Grand Prix. A strong qualifying performance from Sebastian Vettel yesterday sees him start today's race on pole. He should be feeling really positive about his chances of winning here, shouldn't he?
He was driving on another level yesterday, so it wouldn't be a surprise if he just pulls away from the field and is untouchable. But as we know, anything can happen in Formula 1, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Daniel Kvyat looks to have the upper hand on Daniel Ricciardo this weekend. He really is dialed into this track.
Beware the Russian Crofty. He's on fire so far this weekend and looks to be able to get more out of that Red Bull over this circuit than Ricciardo can. Can he keep that going for the duration of the race though?
So here we are, sitting on the grid, here at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, ready for another round. Here we go, we have the lights at Spa. Lights out and away we go. And it looks like we've got a reasonable launch as we head up towards the La Source hairpin. As you can see, Hamilton trying to get down the outside of Sebastian Vettel. Now up towards Eau Rouge for the first time. Not the most exciting first corner in the world of this series. Now into Eau Rouge. Up towards Radion. We've got a much better exit off of Eau Rouge. Obviously the Force India we know is very good in a straight line. So heading down the Kemmel Straight. We're going to be 3 wide. Could I take the lead here? But we've gone wide. But we have somehow managed to maintain second after the 2 Mercedes there actually connected. But second place, great start. Perez was in this position in the real F1. As now, but he then makes a mistake going into the unnamed corner, and now we've got 2 Mercedes on the inside. This is not going to go well. And sure enough, Nico Rosberg has spun it at Pouhon. He would get going in, but now this is heading up towards Blanchimont. This is Hamilton on the outside. He's going to go for a very daring overtake on the outside of us. They almost touched. We almost touched there. But we have defended the position. Now heading up towards Eau Rouge. Is Hamilton going to try it into Eau Rouge? Quite aggressive there. And we then run very wide, which has lost us momentum down the Kemmel Straight. Hamilton, Raikkonen and Bottas are going to get through. But our straight on speed is just so OP. We're going to try to get around the outside, and we have. And we have lost out to Raikkonen, but are still in third. Now moving on to a later lap. Here you can see Felipe Massa is right behind us, heading down the Kemmel Straight with a slightly damaged nose. Not sure where that's happened, but heading up towards Lecom. We've run too deep and Massa gets through. So far it's been a good race for us. So we're into the pits. Bottas behind following us in. He seems to have a bit of damage to his nose as well. But we changed to another set of the option tyres. And we should only have 2 stops left. As you can see, we rejoin in P14 behind Roberto Merri, who hasn't stopped yet. Now heading up towards Eau Rouge. We have such good straight on speed. Let's see what we can do here on the Manukar, because we are really closing. We're going to send one up the inside, and we have made that move stick. That's a bit of a dive bomb there, to be honest, but we have made that move stick. Now we're going to pass the other manner of Will Stevens going into the Fangya chicane. So at this point, this race is starting to look good for us, because fourth is a good position, and there's quite a gap between ourselves and Valtteri Bottas, who at the moment is our biggest threat. So we are still effectively P5. We did lose out to Hamilton, but we're going off and we've hit the wall. What I just want to say, what actually happened there? Basically, I was going to the corner and my monitor actually turned off for some reason. I don't have flashbacks on, so I couldn't undo it. My monitor actually turned off, so there was no way I could avoid that. It does that sometimes. It is really annoying, and we have lost part of our wing, so we're going to have to make an unscheduled stop. It's really annoying that that actually had to happen. The monitor just turned off. It's not the first time it's done it. It has done that before. It does it sometimes. But now exiting the pits. And we are in last, unfortunately. As you can see, now we're behind Will Stevens, and he should be an easy car to pass, which he is. Now behind Alonso, heading up towards Lecom, and we have drafted past the McLaren. So now, as you can see, we've now caught up to this massive train of cars. We're behind Danny Kvyat, now heading up towards Pouon. But we're going to send one up the inside. He got backed up by Verstappen, and we have made that move stick, which is a crucial move. And at the end of that lap, we are going to pit behind a whole load of cars. See, we got really held up there by Max Verstappen, who was going really slowly into the final corner. But the thing is, we're going to have to do our last 2 stints on prime tyres, whilst everybody else can use options one more time, because we've used all our sets of option tyres, because one of them was wasted in that crash. As you can see, we have actually managed to jump a couple of cars actually just in the pit lane. It was a battle of the pit crews, and we jumped Ericsson and Verstappen. But as we're on primes and he's on options, he is able to get past us down the straight. We're not going to give up on that. Still behind Marcus Ericsson here. I'm going to try it around the inside, and we have made that move stick into Malmedy, and we are up into P16. Now, here, as you can see, we're behind Maldonado and Nathal are battling it out, and we get down the inside of Maldonado going into Blanchimont. Now up towards the bus stop chicane, and we are going to get down the inside of Felipe Nasr going into the bus stop chicane, and we are up into, I believe this is effectively 11th now. So you can see we're going to pit now because a lot of other cars pit. So we're currently in 8th, but a few cars have pitted, so it's not our legitimate position. This is our final stop. We unfortunately have to go to the primes again because there's no way a set of option tasks that's done one lap will make it to the end. We exit the pits.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
We are still in P12. Or we are down to P12. So now as you can see we're up to P11. Behind Roman Grosjean. Everyone is now pitted now. So we're behind Roman Grosjean here, heading up towards the com. See if we can get a point out of this. Despite everything that happened. We run a bit deep, but we completely cut Grosjean off. And we are through into 10th place. And that was to be the last action from our point of view. As you can see, we did catch up to Sainz. Maybe a couple more laps we could have got him. We are finishing in P10. It obviously could have been different had my monitor stayed on for the whole race. But P10, a disappointing race for us. As I said, it could have been different had my monitor stayed on. It is really annoying when that happens. It's not the first time that has happened before, but I've had to go with that. It just happened to choose the corner it did to happen, and even if it happened on a straight, then maybe it could have been different. But P10, we still get a point, even though we do lose out to Kvyat in the standings. But a disappointing race for us. But still in 9th in the standings, quite a way ahead of Max Verstappen. We are quite a way ahead of Toro. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. See you in Monza. Goodbye.